If you only knew it from the beginning. Whoa. What's up, everybody? I am so excited because we have the Jackie Aina at our LA studio. No introduction needed.
Hey guys, I'm Jackie Aina, content creator and co-founder of FORVR Mood.
Yeah, and Jackie is forever a mood.
Period.
So good to have you like face to face.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I know, right?
And I really wanted to dive into FORVR Mood. You have had quite just the journey.
Yeah.
What has that been like for you?
It's like night and day being in front of the camera. Like, this is my element.
Yeah.
Being myself, talking about product, picking up things, swatching, smelling, touching. But you know, it's very different to like creating your own product.
I think starting your brand, you started with candles, as we're moving into perfumes. Like, what was that like?
First of all, I just love fragrance.
Yeah,
Period. In general.
And she just smells good. You guys can't smell her through the camera, but you could imagine she smells amazing. Yeah.
Fine fragrance was always like, I always wanted to start this brand for perfume.
Right.
That's why we were so eager to start the brand with home fragrance.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, what if I just explore what people like? Like, I just want to see if people like my taste in fragrance in general, then, you know, present to them the real ball. You know, like, this is the real star of the show. And it's like,
You're the pregame.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the pregame, right?
It's crazy because it's like, it being such a personal thing, like, how do you formulate, you know what I mean?
God.
And like, that must be a whole process in and of
So
itself.
complicated. Okay, perfume is like, it's so fascinating,
Yeah.
but it's way more complicated than people think.
Unfair.
For example, okay, so you may or may not know the difference between like an eau de toilette and eau de parfum. Like, let's just explain. When you have a bottle of perfume, this entire liquid matter is not perfume. It's actually like alcohol, water, and then like 15% of actual fragrance oil that's concentrated within the rest of the chemical makeup of this, right?
Juice.
The juice, exactly. The real juice is really like 15, depending on like who's making it. But like cologne is generally the lowest. So it's so funny that there's this
strongest.
That's the thing. So there's this whole thing that like people think men's colognes are stronger, but actually when something is labeled cologne, you're really looking at, I'm gonna say like 5%. It's cologne and then it's eau de toilette, then it's eau de parfum, then extrait.
Okay.
Yeah, and extrait is 25% it up.
Yeah.
20% it up is perfume, and then eau de parfum is 10 to 15.
Yeah. Post-production's gonna put in a whole...
We'll do like a little chart. Okay, formulating perfume. We have the chemical makeup of the perfume, but then you have the notes.
Yeah.
These are two different things.
Right.
When we first started this project, like naturally, I'm always gonna want as much longevity as possible. Like, I love perfume.
Right.
So, like, I wanna smell it by hour 2, hour 3. NDA was the last one that we finalized.
Yeah.
Because I kept trying to get longevity out of the notes. And so what I was telling the perfumer was to add more perfume. But what I didn't know, Carla,
What did you know, Jackie?
when you add more perfume oil, you also have to recalibrate the notes too.
Oh.
It's not as simple as like increasing the perfume content.
And then it's big and lasts.
No, it completely changed like what you actually smelled. You actually have to like recalibrate the notes because now you basically change the structure of the perfume.
Right.
Perfumers work with like robots that can configure tens of thousands of different fragrance combinations. It's so crazy.
That's
It's
wild.
insane, I know.
And it must have taken so long just to get these 4.
Yeah,
On that note,
That note.
how did you narrow down to these 4? And I'm scared to ask, how long did it take
Oh my God.
to get here?
Narrowing it down to 4 was hard. I basically started with like 40 or 50. And then there were like immediate yeses and immediate no's. I was like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And I didn't want to launch anything that I've either smelled before or that was too familiar, but I also didn't want anything that was like so foreign that people would be like, what the heck? I'm like, we started the perfume project the same year that we launched the brand.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't realize that.
That you were working on it.
We were working on it at the same time. It was just testing and rejecting and then making mods and then designing the packaging. And oh my God, it was like one hurdle after the next, after the next, after the next. I mean, we started the project in 2020 and we launched this spring. So 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad it took that long because I'm glad that like FORVR Mood had enough time to like build a community. You know what I mean? Like it built anticipation, it built hype. In that time frame, people were like, okay, so when are you launching a perfume?
Right.
And in the back of my mind, I'd be like,
If you only knew it.
if you only knew.
This packaging, gorgeous, diamonds, honey. Like,
so pretty.
but you did it in a way that's not like cheesy or
Yeah.
like corny. It's like, how did we get here?
Obviously, FORVR Mood is a luxury brand. We want people to feel like this is my little piece of luxury every day, because that's kind of what fragrance has always been for me. Not being able to necessarily afford designer clothes and bags and shoes and stuff, but like a designer fragrance, now that is worth saving up for. That I can splurge on. And so whenever someone picks up any product from FORVR Mood, we want them to feel like they own a piece of luxury. And what's the ultimate luxury than diamonds?
Than diamonds.
It's a diamond. It's always going to be a
Yeah.
diamond. We actually loosely kind of started with like an overall general shape of my engagement ring. Something that just looks
It's just
beautiful on your bathroom counter.
It really is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's get into each of them. We'll start with your favorite. Let's just-
Well, actually, we'll start with like our hero for Sephora. Our hero in Sephora is I Am Her. So everybody loves pink. There was never going to be a scenario where we launched a scent that wasn't in pink. Like, pink is
my
just,
favorite. That's way my favorite thing.
who doesn't love pink?
Who doesn't?
It's okay. You can still sit with us, but girl, for real, get us together ASAP. Fix it. Fix it, Jesus, okay? I Am Her, before we created each scent, I created personality. So instead of being like, I want a vanilla scent, I gave them like a mood board, a personality, like where is she from, how she dresses, how much money she makes, where does she live, where does she like to travel, what are her hobbies, is she a mom, is she single, you know what I mean?
What's her credit score?
What's her credit score? Like, make me something that smells like her. With I Am Her, I want her to be the it girl next door, but the nice version of it. You might be intimidated. There's a hard exterior, but she's actually really sweet. Yeah. And I feel like the notes really embody that, because it has pear, raspberry, red velvet accord, but also there's oud. So for a lot of fragrance lovers, oud is kind of intimidating. It's really woody. It's really rich. But with I Am Her, it doesn't lead with the oud. It actually leads more like a fruity floral. And then the longer you wear it,
Becomes a little.
it gets a little denser. It gets a little bit more that like that red velvet really kind of peeks through.
Yeah.
And I love I Am Her because I feel like what you smell right at the top.
Yeah.
No, let her cook. Let her cook for a little bit. Wear it for like 10, 15 minutes. Come back to her and you're like, oh, it's a little denser. It's a little deeper. It's a little moodier, but still that light, fluffy pink, fluffy girly.
Yeah.
I'm so happy we have our continuous sprayers now. The concept with each of these scents is I wanted all of them to smell completely different.
Yeah.
You could layer them, but I didn't design them to. I wanted them to be all standalone.
Yeah.
Basically a scent for every season, for every girl or guy. Like these are definitely, especially You Remind Me is one of our unisex scents.
Right.
So it's a skin scent. It's clean. It's warm. It has apricot skin, sensual musk. So I wanted something that was like, you smell good. Not like, oh, are you wearing pistachio? Like, no, you're just smelling someone's body chemistry.
Exactly.
So this is like, exactly. Like, but elevated. Okay, this is gonna sound really gross, but look, we keep it real over here. This is actually the scent that smells the best when I start getting a little sweaty. It starts to activate, I like wearing this to the gym.
Yeah.
It falls right in line with your natural body scent.
I like that you called it You Remind Me, because it feels like a memory of somebody, right?
You remind me of something, like I've smelled this before, but I don't know what, and that's kind of the vibe. Two of the scents, and I would say, are more like crowd pleasers, more user-friendly, more beginner-friendly, but then I definitely wanted two that were not for everybody. But then those ended up being like our best sellers, ironically. One of them is hard to get, appropriately named, because it is very hard to get, because the girls are obsessed with this one. But this one is like a citrus gourmand.
Yeah. Was this the one you said was a
It's like
pound
a
cake?
lemon pound cake dessert. It's like mad sweet. And so with this one, I wanted this one to be like the girl next door that you actually are intimidated by. You actually may not be able to sit next to, because it is so sweet. And sweet scents can be really polarizing for some people, but there's something about the jasmine, the whipped vanilla. It's not just regular vanilla, okay? Because yes, there's a difference, baby. It's whipped vanilla. So it's just creamy and citrusy. It's like you're smelling a dense lemon dessert cake, like just lemon and vanilla. Just think of those two notes. I get mad compliments on all of my scents, but this is definitely one that's the most addictive of the collection.
And I really love the name NDA, so I want to get into NDA.
NDA was very much like, sign here. This is like our femme fatale fragrance.
Yeah.
It's kind of seductive. I wanted something that you could wear at night to a bar, to a club. NDA is like that's not for everybody, is because there is tobacco notes.
Yes.
And it's not as smoky as you think, so don't be scared. It's not like so polarizing that you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I like it. Everybody doesn't gravitate towards tobacco, but it has white florals. It has tobacco spiced rum. This one also has vanilla and tonka. So it's like a creamy, slightly smoky, also a little spicy.
Love that.
This one on men is dangerous.
No.
Our co-founder is a whole man, honey. He wears all of them, and I actually love to speak to fragrance being gender neutral because you should be able to enjoy what smells good. And I quite like all of the juices on all genders, but NDA, the fellas make the most noise about NDA.
It
This
smells
is
really
addictive.
good.
It's dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. It almost smells like what you would expect. Like it's a little boozy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're smelling something for the fall, something by the fireplace, something, like a little.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely like a fall type flannel cold weather scent.
Yeah. And does FORVR Mood have like a discovery?
We do. Yes, we do at Sephora.com and in stores.
Gorgeous.
They're hard to find, so if you get it, you might need to snatch it up.
Yeah, I love
we do
discovery
discovery
sets,
sets.
but
Me
let
too.
you experience all of them and see what you
Absolutely.
really, really love. But Jackie, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
I learned so much. Like I really did. Like there were so many things that I didn't know in the perfume world or the fragrance world. So you just gave the girlies like the whole crash course. So you said that people can't be full masters in fragrance, but I think you're getting it.
Trying.
But congratulations on just your whole FORVR Mood journey.
you.
You could tell how much love went into this, how much luxury, and I mean, who better to bring it to you guys than the Jackie the Aina. Hello. Grab FORVR Mood at Sephora.com and in stores.
Yes. Enjoy.
Enjoy.